Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Perisno 0.5. Now, on my travels around the kingdoms of Machavia and the Empire of the Dragon, I have found yet another companion that we are going to hopefully be recruiting. Of course, she may indeed want some cash, and it all depends on how much. Shall we actually check now? She says, "What do you want?" "Oh no. Merely to pass the time of day, ma'am, if you're not otherwise engaged." Oh, I'll tell you my story. I am the disowned daughter of a Hackney's nobleman. He disowned me because he thought I was too smart. In the Hackney society, you understand, women cannot be like men. They are seen as inferiors and servants to men. I knew how to hunt and kill like any other man, and he punished me for it. He threw me away and told me to never return. When I have enough gold to raise an army, I shall go back and take what is mine. We can speed up the process for you, or I hope to at least, and not get taken prisoner. Yes, that would be wonderful, wouldn't it? Okay. Let's do that. Oh, 6,000. Nope. That's not going to happen by the looks of things. So yes, I was actually hoping that we would be able to find Aldin around here. I was doing that off screen and I thought, oh, we found another companion right there, and I thought, oh yes, that would be wonderful if she could actually join us. But unfortunately, that does not seem to be the case at this time. So I think what we will be doing instead is potentially taking on some of these fellows here, because from what I could tell, yeah, these guys have 65 prisoners. This is going to be incredible if we are able to take them down. But what I actually saw was all the way down here. I went to Galway because I thought, well, maybe Aldin's down there. And I actually saw an Amazon party, I believe it was around Emerin here, and they were doing battle with some demonic worshippers. And the demonic worshippers only had 5 in their party, but they had 126 prisoners. I am not kidding right there. So I thought, oh yes, let's just hope the demonic worshippers win so that I can actually take them on myself and hopefully gain the prisoners. But unfortunately, the Amazons were able to prevail, and they took 126 prisoners, and they then accrued their army size all the way to 220 units. So I was like, no, I'm out of there. So yes, unfortunately we were not able to take advantage of that fact, but yes, I suppose it is just one of those things that we may actually encounter later on, where one of these very small factions may have some incredibly high prisoners, and yeah, such as this. These Wolf Knights would be very nice to take down, because they do have some Machavian heavy crossbowmen and spearmen, so that would always be a good addition to our party. So I'm hoping we will be lucky enough to be able to take these guys down. Now, we do have 71 troops. I did go around the Machavian territories and recruit a couple of freemen, but the only unfortunate thing I have found is in our party, we don't actually have any trainer skill, which I'm actually sorely disappointed by. But yes, we don't actually have any trainer, so as I was waiting at McCann, it dawned on me that, why aren't my new recruits leveling up from trainer? Yes. So yeah, there is definitely going to be some sort of weakness there, so I was actually attempting to find Aldin, of course, because I think he probably has trainer, or I hope he does. So, let us now get into battle formation, I suppose, and actually attempt to do some good here. Now, I do have my Morning Star equipped, so let's hope that we can... Oh, yes, that is much better damage than the previous 2 weapons we've been using. Not bad at all, if I do say so myself. Of course, it would help if I was actually swinging at a particular speed and maybe riding my horse a little bit faster. And I have taken your advice in the comments, where you stated that a longer lance is always the best lance. So I have equipped the other lance that we had that has 240 reach. So hopefully we're going to be able to, yes, do some very nice damage there. As you can see, 61 damage to that fellow. Now let's just hope that we are able to ready our couched lance once again, and hopefully be able to use our hunter horse, which we have in our inventory at the moment. And the only unfortunate thing about it is that it is lame, so I will be hoping that my wound treatment skill will be able to repair that. So yes, I was waiting at McCann also for that. And I actually haven't checked to see whether it is actually repaired, or recovered, should we say. It's not a mechanical beast, yes. It's definitely flesh and blood, but yes, there we are. We have succeeded in defeating these Wolf Knights. 9 renown and 18 morale. I'm hoping we'll be able to get, I think it's 250 renown to join a faction, so I'm hoping we'll be able to reach that level soon. So, let's get some Machiavian spearmen and some heavy crossbowmen. Now, it's just a matter of what we want to take next, because these fellows do actually look quite cool. They have a weekly wage of 26, which indicates they might be... Okay, yes, these fellows are actually much higher level, so I guess we'll take them. Well, it's actually only one of them, but why not? We do only have one space left, so I do particularly want to take something... this is difficult. Okay, well, we may as well take some archers, why not? One archer. Yes, okay, so let's level up some footmen. I think getting some more infantry would probably help us out quite a bit here. And that will be it. We actually got some cell swords as prisoners as well. So I'm very pleased with that, and oh my! That's actually not bad, considering we may be getting Olden soon. No, it is still a lame hunter, that is unfortunate. It may become non-lame shortly, however, so let's just hope. And these gloves aren't really worth it too much. Okay, well, there we are. That's not too bad. Maybe we can head to Volderberg and potentially attempt to sell our prisoners to the tavern keeper there. That would be good. And then hopefully find yet another party with a huge amount of prisoners. Oh, there is Arakanus again. He's taunting us with his fiery sword, of course. Okay, so let's talk to Abigail, and we will sell these fellows 204 each. That is wonderful. That's at least a good sum right there. And yes, there we are. Okay, so let's head up here. Maybe we can find someone. Ooh, who is that fellow? Maybe he can join us. I will talk to him in just a second. No one else. Okay, cool. Let's talk. Oh, make your preparations. We'll be moving at dawn. And he said, right away, sir. I have no idea who that is. Okay, well, maybe we will encounter him a little bit later on. Okay, well, that seems to be all that is there at the moment. These are going to be good for a new companion, or perhaps we could give those to one of our current companions. Let's actually just take a look here. Now, Alindel and Faziel both have some pretty good boots from what I can tell. Yeah, 24. May as well give that... Oh, okay, he doesn't have 9 in strength. Wow, he only has 8, I believe. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, let's just level up a couple of these fellows here, and I suppose Faziel will be the one taking advantage of these amazing boots. Yes, there we are. Now, I could actually give Faziel's old boots to Alindel, because they do only have a requirement of 8 strength, so that's pretty good. And then we can give these male ones to Kara, even though Kara is probably not going to be with us for much longer, because she's not very happy with our choice of companions, I am pretty sure at least. And yes, that will be that. So, let us now move on. I am actually wanting to explore a little bit, so I think we'll probably head up here and maybe uncover a little more of the countryside, perhaps, and we might actually encounter some rather nice parties to fight. So, what I will be doing is cutting away, and once I do encounter one of those interesting parties, I will be cutting back. Okay, so literally 30 seconds after I said I was cutting away, here we are. We have encountered some deserters. Now, one of you in the comments, I believe it was 2 or 3 episodes of Perisno 0.5 ago, you stated that fighting deserters was actually a great way of getting good loot. So I'm hoping that these particular deserters are going to have some. So let's attempt to take them down. We do only have 71 to fight with, and I actually thought I fixed this snow issue with the tip that one of the developers gave me, but unfortunately it seems as though it has not worked. Maybe I did it incorrectly, but yes, never mind. I am sure they will be fixing that, no problem, in the next update. So, let's actually get our infantry ready right here. My goodness, it's bright, isn't it? Oh no. Well, here we go. Let's now get our cavalry as well. Do we have any cavalry? Yes, we have a couple. Not too many. Okay, well, let's get out our lance. We may as well ride with our cavalry. They do only have 6, so I'm not entirely sure whether these tactics are entirely worth it, but, well, we may as well take every precaution, because you never know what kind of ranking these deserters actually held before they left their armies. Oh, they're not actually on horses, even though their model on the map was on a horse. Okay, well, that's fine. I suppose we will just charge in and hope that my lance gets couched. Yes, there we are. Very nice. And take him down immediately. Great. Okay, so it appears these particular fellows are not exactly the highest rank, which is quite unfortunate, to be honest. I was hoping for some very high-level ones so that we could get some good gear from them, but that is the only unfortunate thing, I guess. But it gives me a good chance to try out my mace and not do much damage with it, because I am terrible. Well, there we are. At least I didn't get taken out by some rather low-tier units, but yeah, we are fortunate enough, I suppose, to, yeah, win. But yeah, unfortunately, as I said, they did not appear to drop very good loot. That is very disappointing. Okay, well, I suppose now oh wow, we can't actually cross this river? Okay, it appears we actually have to go round. I was expecting us to be able to go in these forests over here, because I actually like fighting in forests quite a bit. But yes, never mind, we will... Ah! Oh, now, this is something I would actually really like to do, but as you are well aware, we have not had a good history with these fellows. Now, are they going to attack us if we go near them? Let's just test this very quickly. It seems not. Very strange. Okay, so they have prison guards, of course. It seems they are the manhunters of this land, and they seem to be... Well, to me they seem to be neutral, but maybe I'm just misconstruing the background of the color right there. The color of the background, yes, the background of the color, great. Great sentence structure right there. Okay, never mind. We will be heading on and hopefully... Oh no, not being called to arms again. Oh well, maybe we will. Maybe we will? Not too sure. 8 troops to the army? Where is he though? That is the one thing I need to know. It's time to go on the offensive. Okay, he was near Firachen and Finada. Now, this is the only problem. I am probably 4 days away, and as soon as I make my way all the way down here, Firachen and Finada, they're probably going to cancel the quest. So, I'm probably just going to ignore this for now. I know it's a little dishonorable to do that, but I would really like to just explore for the moment and potentially encounter some rather nice loot. So, yeah, I think we will be continuing onward and doing our best to scout out in the north over here. Well, technically it's the east, according to the compass. Great, yes. Okay, so this is actually Toranian territory, from what I can tell, so I'm actually hoping we can come across some Toranian vassals, because as you can see here, we do actually have a task Agathor Krex gave us to capture 3 Toranian King's Guards, so I was hoping that we would be, yeah, lucky enough to encounter some. Maybe Count Regal will see fit to come outside and take us on? It would be quite nice, maybe? I don't think he will though. Okay, I think it might actually be an idea to head into the desert. Oh, what is that? There was something over there I missed. Oh no. Where did they go? Come back. I think they were deserters as well. That would have been perfect. Ah, okay. Well, I think, again, I will be cutting away. And once I have found these particular deserters, or maybe a different party of bandits that we have not fought before, I will then cut back, of course. Okay, so as I was actually pursuing our next bandit encounter, Kara has stated that she is probably going to leave us now. And she says, I am tired of this squalid life of endless warfare, seeing men debased by fear, greed, lust, and 100 other sins. I have money in my purse. I am going overseas to look for a better land than Perisno. I assume that you will fare well without me. To tell you the truth, I'm downright appalled at your choice of companions. Happy about your style of leadership? Well, at least that's good. And downright appalled at the general state of affairs. I suppose becoming a mercenary is not exactly her idea of the best course of action. So, yes. Okay. She is going to be leaving us. and I'm pretty sure she will encounter us at some other point or another. But yes, here we are. We are actually after these Desuk slaves, or slavers, should I say, yes. And they seem actually rather well geared, but the main reason why I actually wanted to encounter them is because they had 46 prisoners. So I'm hoping one of these prisoner bands is going to be an elephant unit, because I believe we are actually in elephant country here, I hope, but you never know, maybe not. So let's just get ready here. I'm thinking they're all going to be on horses, or most of them are going to be on horses, so let's get our forces appropriately ready for something such as that. Yes, as you can see, a couple of them are on horses, and by a couple I mean quite a few, so this is not going to work out too well perhaps. We will soon see. So let's charge in our cavalry, charge in our infantry to take the brunt of the damage from these lancers. No, they're not actually lancers, huh? They have morning stars and shields by the looks of things. That's not too bad. Okay, well, let us start the lancing. Yeah, there we are. We actually did 58 damage. Not bad. Okay, lancing appears to be doing quite a good job for us now, in comparison to before, of course. And, oh yes, very nice. 134 damage there to a Legion Archer. They are, I suppose, rather lightly armored, so a lance to the face is probably going to do that. And, oh, maybe we can take out this guy too. Oh, that was unfortunate, yes. One of my fellows actually blocked me and I was unable to do the full damage. But instead I took out yet another Legion Archer. Not bad. Okay, so where are my archers? They're all the way over there. I suppose we should move them a little closer. Okay, there we go. Let's get out the Morning Star. Maybe do some damage with that. Or maybe we will just win instead. It seems as though that is probably going to happen. Why am I terrible with this Morning Star? Come on. Yes, there we are. 29 damage. Okay. Not bad. And, whoa, it seems as though the enemy's mounted units have taken the battle off to the far reaches of the battlefield right here. Now, as you can see by my horse's HP, we are going to be moving incredibly slowly, so I'm hoping that this fight is going to be over in just a moment. One of them is actually routing, or is that two? I think two are routing at the moment. Or they are kiting us, potentially. Who knows? It seems they are being slaughtered by the Knights of the Eagle, so that's not too bad. I was actually hoping that we would lose a couple of units here, because they had such an amazing array of different prisoners that I thought that would actually be a very nice present for us right here. But anyway, the present, I suppose, is 5 renown and 12 morale, not bad at all. But this is what I was talking about. Look at how many they have here. They have some Hakon King Spearmen, Veteran Spearmen, Heavy Footmen, Heavy Crossbowmen, and of course they have some Mounted Praetorian Guards, who are incredibly expensive. Oh no. So yes, I am quite intimidated by this array of prisoners right here. I suppose what we could do is level up a couple of these. Now, we do have freemen, which are the lowest recruits of the Machiavian faction, so let's lose 5 of those, and then we'll get these guys, and these guys, and maybe we should get rid of 3 more. Yes, there we are. And let's get the King's Spearman, and a Praetorian Guard, and a Wolf Page. Why not? There we are. Okay, so we have quite a diverse selection of units now. I don't think any of these will be too worth it unless I have missed one that is actually incredible, like I usually do. These Legionnaires, they're actually pretty good, so maybe we'll take one of those as well. So let's see what we can actually do here. Okay, Axemen, not exactly the greatest until they level up, of course, so let's get rid of one of those. And then we will take the Legionnaire. There we are. Oh no! And I missed the enemies that I captured. Wonderful! I knew I would miss something, didn't I say it? Oh yes. Okay, well, never mind. We do actually get some good gauntlets, which I will be giving to one of our companions. And I am thinking that is probably going to be Faziel. Yes, because he doesn't have gauntlets yet. There we are. Good. He is becoming quite the beast now, I think. Yeah, not bad. Okay, so Lame Hunter. hopefully that is going to become a normal hunter soon, because of course we do have 5 in wound treatment by Alindel right there. So yes, a little unfortunate that that hasn't increased it a little bit. Okay, well, never mind. We will be continuing onward and maybe fighting yet another of those slavers, although we don't really need any more units as it stands. We kind of need more XP at the moment, so maybe what we could do is actually seek some Toranian vassals. So I might actually head near Rindi Castle, Tilbo Castle, and Rindjar Castle, and maybe there will be a Toranian vassal patrolling around there, trying to protect their territory, and I will be able to encounter them. So, I will be cutting away once again, and once I have found my target, I will be cutting back. Okay, so we have arrived here at Emerin. I know it is not a Toranian vassal, but I'm hoping if we take a hostile action against this village that a vassal may actually turn up. So, let us plunder it, and make sure that we don't actually get beset upon, but I am aware that you can actually move around while you are looting a village, which is absolutely amazing, and I wholeheartedly concur with the decision to make it like that. Oh yes, because as you know, I am not exactly the greatest when it comes to not getting killed, I suppose, by really powerful units. And speaking of very powerful units, I actually was witness to a demonic army roaming around the land right here, and I was so incredibly intimidated because they had, I believe it was 125 units in their army, and they had around 150 prisoners, all from the Eagle faction, and they were actually chasing an Eagle army as well, and they have demon lords, demon priests, and all kinds of demon units, and yeah, they are actually incredibly powerful by the looks of things. But yes, thankfully we actually gained some fine gold right there. Exquisite butter, that's always going to help, and we may as well just take everything that we can right here. This is all very, very good stuff. Oh yes, okay, that is good. There we are. Okay, so unfortunately it only saw to actually draw out Lord Olaf. I'm not entirely sure why he wanted to assist us right there, but thank you nevertheless. And oh no, it appears that Alindel is, shall we say, a good guy. That is a little unfortunate, but yes, I will attempt not to raid a village again. I was just hoping to draw out some Toranians, but it appears that has not worked. Well, I suppose what we could do is head on back to Galwi and sell our ill-gotten gains, shall I say, and then I will be checking for a Toranian vassal once again. So, before I cut away, let's just see how much I can sell these things for, and oh my, marvel at the amazing amount of dinars. Oh yes, there we are, very nice. Maybe I can actually afford a good horse now, because from what I can tell, you could buy a better horse than this hunter, and you wouldn't have to wait for it to become non-lame, as it were. So let's actually just take a look here. I was actually going to buy this, I believe, and this is actually not too bad. It actually has less HP, but more armor than the hunter horse, so I'm thinking that might actually be the way to do it. Although, yeah, 40 armor is actually incredible, so maybe we will just do that. I think it might actually be a good idea. Shall we? Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Okay, so let's do that, and then we can sell all of this to pay for it, I suppose, which is always a good thing. Well-made ale, nomad boots, okay, that's fine. And the hunter, I suppose we can keep just in case it does become unlamed, I suppose, and then we can potentially give it to one of our companions, which I suppose is a good idea. So, yes, there we are. We finally have a new horse, which is great. And now this map of the Dragon Empire, which I suppose is the translation from German, I think. And, yeah, so I will not have to say the pronunciation and fail at it miserably anymore, by the looks of things. But, yes, there we are. That is very good, and I think what we will be doing is examining the map, and does that actually... Okay. Did I actually get a map for it before? No, I don't think so, so it actually uncovered this, which yeah, I suppose is okay. Yeah, I think we were given the map to Torania and the map for Machavia, perhaps? I don't actually know. I can't remember. Wow, if I've just wasted 960 dinars, I will be rather disappointed. So don't mention it in the comments. Ah, yes, that would be terrible. I know. Okay, so never mind. We will then be heading on to hopefully encounter a Toranian vassal, and I will not cut back until I have found one. So I will see you soon. Okay, so a very short while after I cut away, we have found Count Merchandus, by the looks of things. And from what I can tell, he primarily doesn't have too much in the way of power units. Now, I am relatively similar in my army composition right here, because the majority of what I have are Machavian units, and they're quite low level, so I'm hoping we'll be able to deal with this, because he does outnumber us as well. So this is going to be a very tricky fight indeed. So let us now head in, and we will see how we fare against him. Oh yes, so he does have -2 relation with us anyway, so I don't think I will feel too bad about this. Even if we... oh yes, if we lose, then I will feel bad, but if we win, then I will not. And I will savor our victory. Oh my goodness! Wow, this is a cool battlefield. Look at all of the flowers! Oh my goodness. Okay, that is rather new, I must say. I like that a lot. Look at this! Look at all of these... I want to say daisies, but they seem a little large for daisies, so I'm not entirely sure, but yes, I'm not really a botanist or any kind of gardener at the moment, anyway. But yes, anyway, we will now get ready for the onslaught of the Toranian forces, and hopefully not give them any sort of advantage. Now, I did notice that they had a lot of infantry, so I'm not too worried about that aspect, but they do have a couple of horse archers, so I'm thinking that that is probably going to be our major problem in this engagement. So let's just make sure that we have the height advantage at least. That is the only thing I really want to worry about at the moment. So let's get all the way over here, make sure we block everything we can, and get our majority of units all the way over there, and then our archers behind them. That seems the way to do it. Okay, so let us get ready, fellows. I'm actually surprised that they're not charging us straight away, because they do have a large amount of infantry, but it seems they are pelting us with a variety of different projectiles as well, so I'm not too pleased about that, that is for sure. As long as they are not doing too much damage, I suppose that is not too bad, although my horse just took quite a bit of damage right there. Not very happy about that. But it has been shot a variety of times, and it keeps getting shot. Oh my goodness. That's terrible. Okay, well, as we can see, we have already lost 2 units, so I'm thinking we might actually want to just charge in here. Oh no. Okay, come on guys. We're just gonna charge. Are we just gonna charge? Oh, I don't really want to do that. I really want to make them charge us, but as you can see, we are currently being pelted to death, and I really think we do need to make some sort of effort to deal the damage to them. So we are going to be moving in and hoping that these fellows are not going to be able to defend against my amazing lancing skills. Of course, they are standing on a hill, so my lance isn't exactly the fastest thing ever. Oh no. Okay, it appears a Morning Star is called to arms right here. Okay, well, I suppose what we can do is, yeah, do some damage right there. We took out one of their archers, just another 50,000 to go, so it's not too bad, and I'm only hoping that our forces will do just as good a job as I am currently doing. Yes. I'm absolutely amazing at the moment, as you can probably tell. Yes. Okay, I'm just going to be charging in. I'm not entirely sure why these fellows are counted as archers. They don't have any ranged weapons. That is a little strange. Okay, well, never mind. It seems as though our units are actually winning out versus theirs, and it appears I was actually wrong about them having primarily infantry units, because from what you can see here, they have a huge amount of archers. So, yeah, that is very strange to say the least. Of course, the text log has also bugged out a little bit again, so we will not be able to see my amazing kills. Yes, I did say amazing. No need to double check that. Okay, so there we are. That was actually an incredibly simple fight, although I believe we did actually lose 18 of our own units to the Grim Reaper. So that's not too nice. But we took him down, and we might actually be able to... Oh, yeah, I didn't actually check to see whether he actually had the units that we need for the quest, but I guess I do actually have the ability to take him prisoner, which is, I guess, okay. Shall we? I don't know, really, because... Yeah, why not? I was about to say, because I can't really place him anywhere, I can't place him in a prison tower or anything, but what I could do is hopefully sell him back to the Toranians. I'm hoping they will offer some sort of reward for him. If not, then I suppose he will be with us for quite some time. But yes, I guess he will probably escape as well, which is unfortunate. Okay, well, never mind. At least I remembered to take some enemies prisoner this time, so that is always a good thing. So, oh my! Oh yes, this is exactly what I wanted. Some very nice plate mittens right there, and then of course we do have some throwing spears, and many of you state that, yeah, I probably shouldn't use throwing spears or any kind of throwing weapon because I am absolutely terrible with it, and I have to say that I concur. I'm not entirely the best with throwing weapons, so yes, I think I'll probably leave that. Of course, these throwing weapons right here, I do actually enjoy using them quite a bit, so until I find something to replace them with, maybe a good two-handed weapon or something, then they will be staying with us for at least the foreseeable future, perhaps. So yeah, that seems fine, and we will now be leaving, and we have advanced to level 12. So let's actually see what we want to increase here. Now, I do not have any trainer skill, but I'm hoping one of our companions will be able to get that, even though it does stack. But, of course, trainer at the moment is probably not going to be that useful, because I am at such a low level. So, yeah, maybe not. I'm thinking maybe looting, or inventory management, maybe. Riding would be wonderful as well, because then I could get even more skill and better horses. So let's go for one in riding, and I think, even though it's quite boring, inventory management seems like a pretty good option at the moment. Does it? Yeah, I think we might. Although Weapon Master is calling to me as well. We don't really have a lot of weapon points to make Weapon Master that worth it, is it? I don't know. I am just such a stickler for inventory management, so we will be going for that, at least for this level. Maybe next time we will increase our intelligence to 15, and that's when we will be going for yet another point in Weapon Master, and potentially something else. I'm thinking probably something like looting, or if any of you have any suggestions, then by all means, I could definitely use the assistance on that. But anyway, I will be increasing my polearms a little, well, I suppose a lot, and then a little bit in two-handed weapons as well. So there we are. Now we do have some freelancer archers actually leveling up, and these guys are beasts, as you can tell. It took 160 dinars just to level up this one unit, so that is rather extravagant to say the least. And we do actually have more space now, so I will be able to potentially take on some of those slaver parties, and then be able to take their prisoners for our own forces. Now, I am actually not entirely happy. Oh no, this is not good, is it? Okay, so the Empire of the Dragon, quote unquote, has declared war against Machavia, so that is not entirely the greatest thing ever, is it? No, that is not great. But anyway, I suppose we will be fighting wars on two fronts. Not great. Okay, well, never mind. I will be heading to McCann and not getting beset upon by these outlaw mercenary warbands, if I can help it. And it appears that Lord Ragnar is the new Marshal of Machavia, so we will be taking orders from him in the near future, I suppose. So, let's head to McCann and see what we can actually sell here. So, I think we will sell these throwing weapons. I will sell these gauntlets because they're not exactly the greatest thing ever, and just all of these military sickles as well. There we are. Now, we do have 4 in riding skills, so we can use this charger, which is absolutely insane. Great armor, and also amazing hit points. So, very pleased with that. Now, this rusty Toranian male coif, I'm probably going to keep that, just because we may be getting a new companion, and they could use that. So, yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on that. And, of course, these boots as well, we may as well keep that, and these gloves too. So, there we are, 750 roughly dinars, not bad at all. So, I think now we will be heading into the tavern, and speaking to the tavern keeper, of course. I have some prisoners to sell, and maybe I can sell this? Nope. Yeah, okay, so 150 each for that guy, 416 each for that, 280, 96, and 60. There we are, we made 3,000 dinars, I believe, from that. And there we are. Let's just check upstairs very fast for Alden, just in case he has actually appeared here. No, but Marcus has appeared. I have a feeling that he is going to be incredibly expensive. You there, good man. Be so kind as to fetch me another drink, eh? Sorry, sir, but I'm not the tavern keeper or a servant. Ah, I am sorry. I am unfamiliar to the customs of you Easterners. I am from the Reich. Would you like to hear my story? I used to be a Machiavellian noble and the most vigorous supporter of the New God's cause. That reminds me, I really need to go and speak to the New God's priest. And I've actually forgotten where he was, but hopefully I can actually find him again. I will find him off screen, and then when I begin the next recording, we will be speaking to him. The king, Agathor Rex, cast me out and disbanded my entire army because of my status. He feared I would become powerful enough to take his throne, which was very possible. Only a twist of fate made me lose it. Now I have nothing. I wish to offer my sword to someone worthy like you. Will you let me join you? Yes, I will. 8,000. Yeah. I'm actually not going to be very happy about spending 8,000 for one companion. I think maybe if you guys in the comments say that he has incredible stats, then I may actually return here and get him, but I would really like to get Alden and Slighter, to be honest. So, yeah, maybe if I can find them before the next episode, that would be wonderful as well. But as I say, I have been searching for Alden for quite a while, and I think he may have ventured into the undiscovered territory. So, I will be ending this episode off here. I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.